Welcome back to the Social Club. I thought I'd lead this one because I needed to ask this very important question to Paul here from Redmen TV. Now, was Klopp right to hold this massive celebration after drawing to West Bromwich Albion?
See,
go in front of the Kop, get all the players and start lifting their hands up. And was that the right thing to do after a draw against West Bromwich Albion?
It was Alberto Moreno's birthday. He was going to do the bumps, but he decided not to.
Like, not unimpressed, Alberto.
No, look, here's the thing, and this is one of those. You know, it's one of those things where I walked out Liverpool to do 2-2. Yeah, we took a last minute goal to get us a point at that game, and it was a disappointing performance. But I walked out of that game fucking pumped. I was like absolutely fired up. I was so like bizarrely proud and with the righteous fury of like wanting to fucking make Anfield a fortress again and wanting to scream at opposition fans and blah blah blah. And I think the problem is you had to be there. It's one of them. No, it's one of them things. It's very rare that you come out of a football match that you've not been amazing and you feel like an absolute raw fire in your belly about supporting your team. Most of the time recently, football, particularly for Barry, I know this because we have this conversation quite a lot, football's pretty shit, isn't it, a lot of the time? And it's very hard sometimes to get to really feel the depth of emotion.
So you think it was right for that celebration?
But I think it's perspective. I think it's that word you're using. It wasn't a celebration. It was a thank you. It was a thank you to the fans who stuck it out. Because this is a guy, we were sat here, a month ago, and talk about Klopp feeling lonely at Anfield because there were fans pouring out of the stadium with 10 minutes to go in the game. And it was a thank you to the people who stuck it out, who roared and cheered and kept it going to the final whistle and saw us get that point. So I don't think it was about... Let's not be disrespectful to West Brom as well for the start, like, you know what I mean? You fucking anti-football wankers. Against modern footy, you know. But, look, if you thought it was the Liverpool fans running over and knee sliding in front of the Kop and dancing, doing the Daniel Sturridge dance and that, then bell ends. But it wasn't. It was him taking them over and going, fucking get over here, you fucking shower of bastards, and go and say thank you to these guys here because these are the guys who turn up every week.
Let me ask you, Baz, right? So this is the scenario now, right?
Yeah,
Everton are playing Stoke, yeah? And in the last minute, you get a dramatic equaliser. And the Everton players, Roberto Martinez, comes over with all the Everton players and starts to celebrate in front of you guys.
Celebrate, thank you, congratulate.
To thank you, how would you feel?
I'd be gone.
Exactly, Barry, be long gone.
I'd be gone. As he was walking onto the pitch, I'd have walked out.
Oh, Barry'd have been gone 2 minutes before the final whistle anyway.
Shut
up, the rush.
West Brom at home. West Brom at home. Just say them 4 words.
West Brom at home.
Right, okay. Listen, not in any universe will I think this is cool or this is, oh, look at him. And, you know, I've got a married-in uncle telling me how refreshing Klopp is for the Premier League. This is on Saturday night, by the way. He probably smashed his cup on Sunday night when he saw that, because not even he would have that as much as he loves him. Listen, there's only probably one club in the Premier League that would think it was cool, and that is Liverpool, and they buy into that. And listen, if you think it's okay, that's fine.
And that's
the other 19 clubs that are laughing. Which is the thing.
Hold on. Let me get Ira, right? As a Man United fan, did you think it was embarrassing?
I thought it was pretty cringeworthy watching it, to be honest. Like, looking at it thinking, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, this is just going to inflate the Liverpool fans' ego even more. Like, you know what I mean? Thinking that, you know, they already think that Klopp's some sort of demigod as it is, you know what I mean? Let alone, like, you know what I mean, leading them over there. Like, and I looked at the Liverpool players, you know, and they're all doing that. And like, some of them were kind of half-hearted in, like, oh my God.
That is true, Paul, right? There was some of the Liverpool players who you could see, they thought it was cringeworthy.
Well, Mignolet missed it as well, didn't he? Not the first thing he missed in that fucking match.
But hold on, to answer that question, there was, like Ira said, there were some Liverpool players there that you could see, they were like, oh, this is cringeworthy.
I think you're putting yourself on that. I don't know. Maybe they felt that, but also if they did feel that, and I think cringeworthy is one of those terms that's bandied around a lot to make people feel like knobheads. But I think they might have thought it was a bit odd, but ultimately they need to get on. They need to fucking get on board because they should be. They shouldn't. It shouldn't be. The manager shouldn't have to grab them and take them over to the fucking fans to fucking.
Let me flip it round, right? If that had been on Monday night, when Everton drew with Crystal Palace, if Bobby, I'm going to call him, but I don't even,
Bobby Brown shoes.
He is what he is. It's Bobby Brown something, yeah. If they'd have walked down Everton, down to the edge of the street end and given it all that when we drawn, you would have destroyed me and Pedro for that. You'd have laughed your little cottons off. You would have laughed.
Listen, I'd have laughed.
Hey, wait, the other week, Everton scored a 95th minute goal, which should have been the last kick of the game to win. Listen, hang on, I didn't put him. We were explaining about how it wasn't a celebration. Everton playing at Bournemouth, 95th minute game, right? Ross Barkley scores. 11 or 12 Everton fans who'd made I was going to say that long journey, but, you know, we're talking Liverpool here, so obviously there'll be many people who made a long journey. Ran onto the pitch, you destroyed them Everton fans because Bournemouth then went and equalised, right? And I don't remember Martinez.
Sit down, you.
If Martinez had ran over and done the Al Fosbury flop or whatever it was called on the back of Barkley, giving it the big one, fair enough. If you know what, I'd have even added a bit if Klopp would have gone, get down there, stood where he was, get down there and go and thank the fans, because you know what? Yeah. Too often in football, these knobhead players they don't give a shit about fans, do they? They just get off. So I've got no problem with them saying, go down there and clap them, because they've stood and watched bollocks on that pitch.
Especially at away, like the European games as well, where obviously, you know, you've got a man who's like working, you know, for a couple of months on end to try and save enough money to go. But not
if this was Klopp now, though, I'll say it was brilliant.
Hold on, I want to put your teeth down your throat. Hold on, guys, right? I want you to answer that, because that is true.
What was it?
A couple of weeks ago, you were giving Everton some serious stick, right, for their fans coming on the pitch, right?
Do you want to know why?
Hold on, right
now. No, I'll answer it. Do you want to know why I did that? Because I'm a Liverpool fan and the players ran on the players tried to run on the fans.
Players always run on a pitch.
The fans. The last time Everton fans ran on the pitch, they stayed up from relegation. You know what I mean? Like Gareth Farrelly scored.
Back again. When was that, Paul?
1990.
Oh, it's history again.
7?
9? 98.
98. I'm sorry.
There's a reoccurring.
No. But the point is, look. No, and my point wasn't about that. My point was about the fact that could have added a couple of minutes on that meant it didn't get the result.
But the referee come out and literally confirmed that it was the substitution.
But the point of all I'll say is, and again, I don't expect anyone to get it, and frankly, I couldn't give two tugs of a dead dog's cock if you just don't get it either. The fact is, I was there.
Paul,
no, stop. No, listen.
We don't get it, exactly. None of us.
No, I know exactly.
Listen.
No, stop. I was there. I was in the car.
You were there. Yeah, we know you were there. Yeah. And let's ask everybody out there, do you get it? Do you get the Klopp celebration drawing 2-2 against West Brom? Do you think
it's not a celebration? It's a thank you.
The thank you.
Stop spinning it.
Do you think it was a great thing that Klopp done by, you know, thanking the fans after managing to wrestle a point at home to West Brom
with a massive deflection?
With a massive deflection. Or do you think it was cringeworthy? Leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Ball Street for more stuff like this.
Let me have the final thing before you wrap it up. I'd have even had it if he'd have just gone on his own down to the cop and stood there and clapped them. I'd have gone, you know what? So outstanding that, because he's showing the fans. Yeah. He didn't need...
leading by example, not like, right, lads, going to go over there.
He didn't need to go and do that. Even listen, Alberto Moreno, let us know in the comments below how you felt.
You preferred the birthday bump. No, there's just the one last thing on it, and again, just sip it all away. Away from how he did it or whatever, because apparently it's a regular thing in German football anyway.
Where are we?
Which country's got the best atmospheres in world football at the moment? Which
at the moment, I'd probably say.
Don't say not the Bundesliga to be a bellend, like, you know what I mean?
China,
Argentina,
Greece.
You say it's a regular thing in Germany, which it is, but
you did say can we rewind again? He's done it.
It's the weekend backtracking now.
I don't know. I don't watch the Bundesliga.
Mainly when a team plays away and the team goes over to the away fans, claps them.
Klopp done it a lot last year. He done it a lot last year.
Right, Tom, if you can just cut all their mics.
Listen, we're wrapping it up now. We're wrapping it up now.
The last point.
These Liverpool fans are going to go back to Oslo. So
we're all sitting forward. Yous all sit back. The last.
Let's give it the last one. Let's give it the last one.
The only thing I'll say
I've got
on
a video to show.
The only thing I'll say on it is that I get it from the outside. It looks a bit mad. It looks a bit stupid. It looks a bit embarrassing. But I'll say is that every single football club is trying to find a way to get their home fans to make more noise and to get behind the club and to chant and scream and give them something back. And as far as I'm concerned, like, the game was over. Everyone could have filtered out. They stayed, and everyone got this. There was this massive run. The actual feeling of being there was absolutely out of this world. And if we can take that and we can start to supplant that more and more during the 90 minutes, which sounds obvious, but it's happening less and less in football games. Anything he can do to drag percentages of atmosphere out of our fans at Anfield, then it's a good thing as far as
I think what he should do then is do it. If you want to make sense of that, is do it at 10-3.
Yeah, great.
Because if you're on about atmosphere, you'd all come out pumped. You know the next time, 3, it'll be quiet. Do it at
All right, listen, we're going to wrap this one.
Do it at
Leave your
10-3.
comments below, as I said. Let us know.
If it's absolutely fine.
Brilliant or
you were there-
cringeworthy? Comments below.
If you were there, let us know.